Hey, good Friday morning, everyone. Today, we're going to be giving you 5 tips to grow your voiceover business. Let's talk about it. So the big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to changing your voiceover to your full-time job and stick it to those that said you couldn't? Those are the questions, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Earl Hall, and welcome to In the Booth with Earl Hall, where we know how to grind and don't quit. Good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome into this broadcast, a live stream that I do Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for In the Booth with Earl Hall. Make sure if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to learn how to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover career, make sure that you do that right now. Subscribe. Also, make sure you tick the notification bell so you know when I go live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. or when I upload a brand new video. It's Friday, everyone. It's the end of the week. I hope you got a lot accomplished during this time over the past 5 days. You know, I pretty much go hard all week long. I ease up a little bit on Saturday and ease up a little bit more on Sunday to try and get some of my energy recouped and all that kind of stuff. So I hope this has been a grind and don't quit week for you. I hope you've got things accomplished. I hope you got some great gigs. And if you haven't, I hope you're working on doing that. And with today's episode, what I want to talk about is some tips. Maybe you can start employing today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, if you're a procrastinator. But it's best to go in and get it done. Friday is, I'm not like most people. I don't wait for Friday to come. I don't wait for the end of the week. I don't live for the end of the week. Friday's like I go down because everyone else is slowing up. And it feels like I can't get things done that I want to get done until Monday again because all you guys want to take a break. But anyway, I love Mondays. I'm always geared up, ready to go on Monday. Sunday night, it's like I'm getting ready for the big game on Monday is what it's all about. I don't dread Mondays. I live for Mondays. So that's just a little bit tidbit about me. Good morning, Sammy. Glad to have you in the house. Anthony, Jim. Have I seen Jim before? I think Jim's new. Are you new, Jim? Dave, how you doing, buddy? Voices by Storm. Good morning, Ben. What's going on over in the UK? And Joe Caruso. Gigs, baby. All right. Man, welcome in all of you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. This has been a pretty intense week. Last week this time, I was just gearing up to get out of the hospital. I was in the hospital from Wednesday to Friday, lost 3 days, felt completely like death. And, you know, on Friday of last week, I finally felt like myself again, got out of the hospital. Saturday, more energy, Sunday, more energy. And I think you guys have seen the energy I've been bringing all week with my live streams because it's that intensive for me. While I was laid up, I got a chance to really do some evaluating and thinking because I didn't have anything else to do but lay there. So I had to just kind of be in my own head for a while and also was able to get some clearer direction because I had to stop and do nothing. And I guess you need that every once in a while, but you know me. What's up, Paul? Glad to see you in the house, man. It's all about the grind and don't quit. This week I've been talking about the seriousness of basically your mindset. And that's one of the things I'm going to be going through tomorrow on the webinar for Fiverr, how to make more money on Fiverr, the mindset. And so that webinar is tomorrow at 1. If you haven't signed up, you can go ahead and do that. Link is in the description. To get in on that webinar tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you do it on your PC or your laptop. Don't do it on your phone because it doesn't let you go all the way through. So a little tidbit there. Also, another webinar coming up on Thursday of next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's all about business development for voiceover. That's what I'm going to be talking about. It's a free webinar, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Literally, there are over 80 people, 80, over that amount of people signed up for that webinar on next week. So it's going to be killer. It's a free webinar. That link is in the description as well, too. You do not want to miss that webinar because it is going to be off the hook, off the chain, however it is that you want to say. If you've listened to what I've been talking about this week, you do not want to miss this webinar that's coming up. I'm just going to say that on Thursday, you want to be on that webinar. The link, once again, is in the description of this video, and you can go ahead and register for that one too, but since that one's free. But at any rate, you've heard what I've been talking about this week, and I talked yesterday a little bit about setting your schedule, having an agenda, a to-do list, having a strategy, a routine every day that you do that can benefit you over time. So many times I think people look for this little quick stuff, and a lot of that still, that mentality is out there that you can do this overnight, you can do this real quick. And if no one has ever told you, it just does not happen that way. There is no such thing as overnight success in any business that you're trying to develop. And why people think you can do this so rapidly in voiceover is beyond me, because it is a business and it takes that skill set, the business skill set of knowing how to set up a business to really win at this game. It's one thing to understand your art and your craft of voiceover, but business development, it's the whole thing. It really is the whole thing. All right, so let's go through some, and I'll be taking some questions. What's up, Ed? Glad to have you in the house. Nope, not dead yet, Mage. I'm going to take your questions and all that other kind of stuff. But let me go through these 5 tips. So, the first tip, there's 5 of them. Are you ready to write? First tip, become active on LinkedIn and Instagram. If you're not active on LinkedIn and Instagram, go ahead and shut down your shop or whatever, especially if you're trying to acquire new business. If you're not trying to acquire new business and you're good, you don't need to do any of this. Nothing you need to do. If you're good, you don't want any more clients, you're good where you are, ignore everything in this particular video. But if you're looking to get more clients, you're looking to find them, you're looking to start a conversation with potential new clients, you got to be on LinkedIn, period. And you've got to be active on LinkedIn. And I would suggest Instagram as well. What do I mean when I say active? I don't mean posting, and I don't mean going and liking. That's not what when I'm talking active, it includes that. But what I'm talking about is literally actively going out and searching out to see who the decision makers are in the companies that you would like to do business with. Part of the problem is, and this is big, we tend to have a macro view instead of a micro view of what we need to do in our marketing. So when I say actively involved in looking for clients and finding that decision maker, you've got to go in to companies. Literally, you can find companies on LinkedIn, then you go into those companies on LinkedIn, you find out who the employees are on LinkedIn, very easy to do, and you discover the decision makers. That could be the CEO, that could be the marketing director, that could be the creative director, all these different types of titles for people that hire voice actors. Whatever that title is, you need to discover who the person is. And this is what I mean by actively involved. The reason I say you have a micro view is because all you want to do is blanketly email, and that's it. You just want to email a company, and that's it. But when you really want to start developing relationships and getting to know the people, the decision makers, and understanding who they are and why they hire voice actors the way that they do, you've got to discover who that person is. And very easy and simple to do on LinkedIn. And when you do that, you start following that person, not the company, that person that you want to talk to, because we're dealing with people. We're not dealing with companies. We're dealing with people. Remember that. Follow that person on every single social media site that they are on. Excuse me. Follow them. Discover what it is that they're talking about. Look at the groups that they're involved in. It's work, right? You're understanding that this is going to take you some time and it's going to take you some work, but it will yield results. I guarantee it will. When you start doing these things and getting actively involved in what's going on with the people you're trying to connect with on LinkedIn. You want to use Instagram as well, because hashtags, just Instagram and Twitter, are heavily involved with hashtags. So you want to understand hashtags, how they work, what hashtags to use. And I'm not talking about using hashtag voiceover. I'm talking about hashtags that the person you're trying to connect with would be interested in. This takes investigation. Go look at some of these different hashtags, whether it's e-learning, whether it's audio production, the different hashtags for people that you want to do business with that they would follow. Look at their LinkedIn and look at their Instagram profiles. What are they liking? What are they talking about? You've got to start getting involved in those conversations. Ward is saying, as you were talking about business development, isn't unusual that you help those wait a minute. As you were talking about business development, it isn't unusual that you help those want to have a side business other. I'm not understanding the question. I think you might have, I meant other side business besides VO. The stuff that I talk about in business development can be applied to anything. I just happen to have a niche in voiceover. These things apply to any business, not just voice. That's why this is business development, because it's a business. It's how you grow a business. Let's see. Ed is saying, I had some problems with the Fiverr sign up. We'll try again today. Ed, make sure that you do it on a laptop or a PC. Don't do it from your phone. And I know we live on our phones, and a lot of times we do that, but the process won't go through if you do it on your phone. So make sure you do it on a laptop or a PC. All right, so that's the first tip. Become active on LinkedIn and Instagram. Number 2, do 10 or more auditions a day. Do 10 or more auditions every day. Most of you are on, or I don't know about most, I can't say that because I can't qualify that. Some of you are on sites like Bodago, voices.com, voices123, and you're not taking full advantage of that. Even if you're on sites like Fiverr or Freelancer or Upwork or something like that, there's a way that you can go in and see job requests that people are asking that they want, people to audition for, or they want a quote from, or whatever. You got to spend time every day doing that. Again, if you've got enough work, you're good. You don't need to do any of this. But if you're stuck struggling, you're not growing fast enough, you need to pay attention to these particular tips that I'm giving out today. The 10 or more auditions a day is key. And you can do 50 if you want. I don't care. Just do at least 10 to at least make a stab. That way you've done 50 auditions in a week. If you're a 5-day-a-week person, if you're a 7-day-a-week person, that's 70 auditions a week. Just think about that. Do you think you might be able to get some work if you did 70 auditions a week? Now, if you really don't have the talent for this, that's a whole nother thing. But if you actually have the skill set to do voiceover, do you think 70 auditions a week would make an impact? I mean, if you want some more auditions and stuff like that, you can join sites like voices.com, voices123, or whatever. But even in that, you've got to be very careful about auditioning for stuff that's outside of your skill set. If you're a straight up commercial read person, you don't want to do character auditions. If you're the greatest guy in character in video games, forget the commercial stuff. Go with your strength. You've got to know what your strengths are. And those are the things that you audition for. Don't audition for everything. Audition for the thing that you know you've got the strength in. So there's that. So 10 or more auditions a day. Good morning, Robert. I already said Robert Caruso already. So he's in the house. Got the live stream. Okay. Now, the number 3 tip. Be careful about the number 3 tip. The number 3 tip, consume 3 pieces of informative content. Something that's either going to inspire, educate, maybe even edutainment, but something that's going to help you further what it is that you're doing. Give you information that's going to help you learn. This could be one of them. In the Booth with Earl Hall, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central. So consume at least 3 pieces of content. One of them, I'll put it this way, make sure one is at least educational. One is inspirational that will help you get off your ass and won't keep you just saying that, well, I'm okay where I am and, I'm doing the best. No, you need to listen and talk, or not. You need to listen to and consume, whether in written form, podcast, or video on YouTube, things that are going to be inspiring, that are going to inspire you to go, to move. That's number 3. Number 4, share 2 pieces of content a day on Facebook or some social media platform that pertains to what it is that you do in voiceover. It could be a picture of you behind your mic with some sort of inspirational quote. It could be a picture of you in your booth with some explanation of why you're there. It could be a video explaining your process, like I talked about yesterday. I went through that a little bit yesterday. But just make 2 pieces of content a day. It could just be a pic of you with something, and it's not for selling. This isn't for you selling something or come buy my services. It's just to basically get you out there, to start realizing that you are your brand. It's not your logo. Even though the voiceover rebel is up here, you've got my brand in the booth. You've got down here, where is it? Over here, grind and don't quit. I'm all of that. You've got to realize you're the brand. These are just words that reference me. I understand that I'm the brand, and I think most people in business don't understand that your personal brand is you. It's you. People don't. What was that guy? I got his book. Where is it? Can't find it. Anyway, people don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. That's a whole nother lesson with that. But understand that you are the brand for that. Let's see. All right, that was number 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5. This is so super easy. You can do this in 10 minutes. Call 2 new prospects a day. Call 2 new prospects a day. I don't care if it's a talent agent, a voice. I don't care if it's a company, an e-learning company. Call 2 new potential clients a day. Just cold call them. That's it. Just cold call them. Hey, just wanted to, introduce myself. I'm a voice actor. Do you guys ever use voiceover artist where you are? And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just be friendly or whatever. Can I send you some information, or who can I talk to there? About whatever. But before you do the cold call, look them up online, see what it is that they do, understand what their perspectives are and what it is that they're actually looking to accomplish. And maybe even in your little cold call, Simon Sinek, that's it. Thanks so much, Anthony. Simon Sinek. Look them up, see what they're about, so you even know what you could potentially say in order to maybe move the conversation on or find out what the next step is. 9 times out of 10, anyone that you call is not ready to buy your service today. Anyone you email, anyone you call, 9.9, almost never, or always ever, never are they ready to buy from you today. Doesn't mean that tomorrow or the next 30 days, 60, 90 days. This is why marketing and sales and content creation is so important in doing these things, because you never know when someone's ready to bite. But understand, just because you sent an awesome email or gave me a nice comment on my YouTube or whatever, doesn't mean that I'm ready to buy from you today. But if you're producing content, let's say I'm the buyer, you're producing content and I'm looking at your content and I'm seeing what you're all about, and I can see on social media, oh, they're a voice actor. Oh, look at that funny picture they did with the mic. And look at that. Oh, wow. That's the kind of booth they have. Wow. It's like these things matter. These things matter. And these things need to be done on a constant basis all day, every day. And if you're not doing them on a consistent basis, then it's part of the reason why you're not gaining the clients that you're looking to gain. Let's see. Paul says, amen. Thank you so much, Paul. Sammy. Oh, you know what? Paul is a great example. I'm going to use you as an example, Paul. Paul has been following me put in the link there, Paul, how long you've been following me, or in the comments. Just put in there how long you've been following me. So you want to know how this process works? This is what was so funny. I got an email about 3 months ago, from a potential client that had gotten an email from me using my mail shake strategy a year ago. They've held on to that email for a year. They sent me an email literally saying in the email, Earl, it's been about a year. We got this email from you. We've got a job we'd like you to audition for. or we'd like to have 2 of your people audition for on your website, because I have some voice actors on my website at earlhallstudio.com. Paul Carter is one of those people. So Paul had been asking for, he had been communicating with me for a while. Hey, Earl, if I can help with anything, let me know. Da, 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 da. He went through this whole process with me, I think since the beginning of the year. And I put him on my website as one of the voice actors that I'll refer people to, or potential clients and things of that nature. Paul auditioned along with someone else. Paul won the audition, just did it. When did we do this? Was it Tuesday that we did the, or was it Monday? But Paul won the audition, got booked for it, just sent me an invoice the other day for the work. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. These things take time. It took me a year of development it's not like I contacted that client over and over again, but that client held on to an email I sent them a year ago, came to me, says, hey, we like 2 people on your site. Can we have both of them audition? Had them audition. Paul won the audition. And even that, we did that like 2 months ago, wasn't it, Paul? It's like 2 months ago we did that audition. We just did the work this week. Literally, I connected Paul with the client. And the client was able to direct Paul through the read, and boom. But that was a 14-month process to book a job. I know this takes work. I know it takes work. So, I mean, for you to think that something's going to happen overnight, it just doesn't. And you have to be able to, first of all, I did my homework a year ago on the client, sent them an email a year ago. Now, I didn't do my due diligence because I never kept up with them. I never said, hey, anything coming up? Anything coming up? Whatever. But here's the thing. Most of that stuff that you do, as far as when you send someone an audition, or someone says they want to work with you and they haven't called you back for a while, you're on the phone acting like a beggar. Hey, just wanted to check in. You don't need to check in. They know when the work is coming. They know if they're going to use you or not. I usually never call people back. I was telling Paul this the other day. I do it and forget it. I had Paul audition and another guy audition. They loved both auditions, by the way, and they let me know it was really tough picking Paul over the other guy. It's like, which do we go with? But they decided on Paul, so Paul won the gig. But this just takes work, guys. It just takes work. Just takes work. Let's see. Paul saying, I've been following Earl for 2 years. Question 3. It's been a while. I'm a OG original grinder. I like that. An OG original grinder. But as you can see, it can take time. Again, pretty much no one you email today or call today or whatever you do today is going to be, oh yeah, I've just been sitting here waiting to get your email. It just doesn't happen. But if you're producing content every day, and if someone is interested in you and they can go and see your content over and, because you're producing brand new content, I'm telling you, this is important. It's extremely vital. It's extremely important for you guys, everyone, all of us, to get into this game so that we can win. All right, I'm going to do a couple more minutes here. If you guys have any questions, now's the time. It's open mic. So whatever you guys want to know about, you got a question, let me know what that question is, and I will go ahead and answer that question for you right now before I go off air. I will give you 2 minutes. So if no questions come in, I'm just going to bid you adieu and a good weekend. Don't forget the webinar coming up tomorrow on Fiverr. How to make more money on Fiverr. It's about your mindset. And that is tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is $27 to be on the webinar, which is super cheap. Here's one thing, and you're probably going to hear me talk about some things more and more now, more often. I spend money on what I want to spend money on, just like everyone else does. And you can tell, you personally can tell what's important to you by where you put your money. Just remember that. you can tell, is your business important to you? Well, how much your money is like the quantifier of, or qualifier, or proof of what is important to you. Where are you investing your money and your time? Which your time is even more important. You can get your money back. You can't get time back. It's gone once it's gone. Why did the tour get canceled? Just found out. Liz, the tour got canceled because nobody was buying tickets. That's why the tour got canceled. LA is my biggest hotspot as far as where people listen to me from, or watch my content, or consume my content from. I can tell through all my stats it's LA. So if I couldn't sell tickets in LA, I'm not going to be able to sell tickets anywhere else. So like I said at the beginning, when I started that whole thing, if I'm not selling tickets, I just can't go on tour, because I can't do it. I can't just be buying plane tickets and hotel rooms and Ubers and everything else like that, going from city to city without ticket sales. So since there were no ticket sale, there were only a few ticket sales in LA. I already gave all the refunds back on that, canceled the tour. It's done. I'm not ready yet, or the market is not ready for me to do that yet. And so that's it. The market will tell you what they want from you. You told me. All right. Let's see here. There are 2 Carusos in the house. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. All right, guys. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with me on today. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Always fun. Should your VO site focus on VO, or would it just VO? Just VO. Don't confuse it. Just VO. All right, guys. See all of you on the webinar tomorrow that is going to be there. 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Link is in the description if you want to go ahead and register for that. And you guys have an awesome and amazing weekend. Thanks for being back with me today. I'll see all of you folks on Monday. Have a good one. God bless.